another powerful way. These are things that have come from the spirit, either through channeling or through various means, where it's spirit communication to literally bring in a higher octave. Not only is it a powerful statement to the conscious and unconscious mind, but it is also an attunement of energy and sound that is a high level of truth, bringing you up to the state in which it is. So it alters your state of consciousness. That's what really an attunement does. People talk about it in Reiki and different energy healing, what an attunement is. But it basically brings congruency and balance to the body. And an attunement can be something as simple as a divine message that comes through. And when you hear it in your body, every fiber of your being aligns to that truth, because there is no such thing as half-truth. It's either truth or it's not. And when you know it, because deep within the primordial parts of who you really are, not only the spirit, but the earth that you are, and the words that were spoken when you were formed, the song that was sung, when you come into that resonancy and that congruency, then you will basically come up in a higher vibrational accord. And when that happens, things start to change. Now, it's not all instantly great things that you necessarily experience. There are things like the dark night of the soul, where you are letting go of those things because you're coming up to a higher octave and you're reclaiming things in this higher reality of your divinity. When you do that, there are parts of yourself, because your personality self, the ego states and the subpersonalities that have formed and been executive on your frontal lobe, that how you experience life and interact with people. And again, there are different ways that you do that. You have the personality self that is your work self, right? Your ego state that's professional. You have your friend ego state when you're out with your buddies or with close friends. You have your family ego state, kind of maybe a little bit less guarded, right? But all these different ego states have served you in the absence of your true nature of knowing who you are. And so as you come to know who you are, then these things no longer serve you. And so you can begin to experience life through a soul-led or spirit-led experience instead of a protective state. You know, I think one of the biggest things that we all have experienced is, you know, there's in the Book of Truth, I'm going to reference that right now because it's a book that I'm reading. I've read it many times and I'm going back through it and I'm just getting, you know, just drunk on the truth of it. And one of the things that is stated is that there was never a lie that wasn't told in fear. And see, a lot of these ego states that we've built, a lot of these personality states that we have been built in fear. And anything built in fear is a lie, because perfect love casts out all fear. There is no fear in divine love. And so all of these ways, you know, that we've interacted with the world to out of fear of not being loved, accepted, all these different things, that's really an orphan heart. Right? It's the heart that doesn't have a home or know where it belongs. And that is not who we are. That is not who we as humanity are. But through the different things that we've experienced and the veil of the egoic state or these different personalities or this fear, we have come to create more fear. And so when we come into truth and we receive truth and we move up into a higher octave, now we begin to experience all things as truth. And it is a progression as we start to see it, and the word becomes flesh, so to speak. And so that is where we're at today. That is what, you know, my mission is, to help as much as I can to serve the things that I've learned and the things that I've experienced to help everybody who comes across this channel.